Hey, Bradley Waldrop here, and we're going to do a very quick conversion rate optimization review for this very typical retail site for auto shops. The reason we do this is that we really want to understand the user's behavior, what they're doing on the website, and how we can get their information and continue to market to them later. What's super interesting to me is that most of us don't even realize that conversion rates, turning visitors into somebody we know, not even a sale, but somebody we know on a website in which we are driving very cold traffic and unrelated ads, or where we just get viewers from a Google search, that conversion rate is usually less than 2%. But if they're already warmed up when they get here, there's a really strong selling message before they get here, and the page is consistent with what they expect, we might see conversion rates close to 14%. That's a 7-time difference between having cold traffic and having warm traffic. And so warm traffic is really important to us. That's why we talk about conversions two different ways. We talk about conversions as a way to get someone's email address, maybe a mailing address, a phone number, to be able to develop a relationship with them over time. That's the primary purpose of a conversion on the initial process of the sales funnel, to get them to get to know us, get to like us, get to trust us. And then we can then the conversion rates inside that sales funnel are significantly higher than trying to convert brand new visitors to your website. However, we can still convert people to buyers right away if we do the right things on the web page. So what I thought we would do is just take a real quick look at this web page that's behind me, and we are going to go through and look at the design elements, the components that are here, the different things that are on the screen, and talk about what things that I would do if this were my website and how I would make some changes. Now remember, before you make any changes on your website, it's a good idea to set up a copy or a duplicate of the page that you're going to make modifications to, because you want to be able to test them. Make sure that what you are changing is actually impacting positively the bottom line, the metric that we're really looking for, and that is conversions. That's either email signups or that's sales. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at this particular site right now. We are going to do everything we can to not disclose who this is, because we're not here to try to be derogatory. We're here to try to be helpful. One of the things that we can do is when you first look at a web page, and this is a classic example of something that, in my opinion, is way overdone. If you look at a web page and you sort of take your eyes out of focus and you look through the page, kind of like in the 1980s, there was that 3D effect that would happen on different kinds of drawings that if you did look through it, it would pop out, right? The same is true nowadays. If you take your eyes out of focus and look through the page, you can actually see the higher places of contrast, and that's where your eye goes. Unfortunately, when you do that here on this particular page, your eye gets attracted to this particular element that just keeps moving in the background, and there's no call to action there. There's no additional information. It's an advertisement, and it's a series of advertisements that are just branding, and it's unfortunate because it's very, very frustrating. That's exactly where my eyes go, and from an owner of a website and a property, that is not the most effective use of my time. The other thing is for our users, we want them to be able to come here, and we want them to shop for tires. Ultimately, that's who we want. Well, that's what we want them to do. Well, because the contrast of this particular graphic is so close to the background, so close to the other pieces around it, it totally gets lost. There's no arrow toward it. There's no visual indication that this is where we should start. I think that if you stop this from moving and you just sort of dim down the colors in both of these, left this here and maybe a big bright red bar over the top that says shop for tires, all of a sudden your eyes would go right to it, and you would start in the right place on the web page. As you continue to move further down on this page, it gets to be even crazier because there are advertisements everywhere. We're bombarded with thousands of images of advertising every day, and our brains have literally shut it down. I couldn't tell you how many different coupons there are on this one particular screenshot, but it's a lot. We have an offer for a $60 Visa card. We have an offer for get up to $80 rebate, I guess. It's a rebate. It's hard to tell. And then we have some coupons down here that are flashing back and forth. This one has some eligibility to it. This one has some small print that's hard to tell. And I am a consumer of tires. I got to tell you, I would come here and go, whoa, I don't even know what thing to pick. Is this for me? Is this not for me? How do you help sort out the people who are looking for off-road tires, custom rims and tires, or just the family van? We don't, because it's sort of the shotgun approach. You and me in particular, let me talk about me. I get overwhelmed very quickly, and I want to bounce right off this page and go somewhere else where it's a lot clearer what I'm trying to do. And if the particular customer, or if the owner of this website had a customer segment that really does want to do modifications, and they want to do fancy rims and things like that. Maybe they want to do ATVs. To have that as a separate section somewhere above the fold, there's something really important to know, is everything that first loads up before you have to scroll down is considered above the fold. That we have 7 seconds to make an impression. And that 7 seconds, we should be able to sort people very, very quickly, right? What kinds of tires do you really want? Do you want super fancy ones, super fast ones? You want the family car, you want ATVs. Those particular 4, you could send them directly to pages that talk very specifically about how to select the right car or the right tire for that kind of vehicle, and continue to have this shop for tires here. There is also one thing that we're completely and totally missing. There's no way for us at this particular moment above the fold for us to capture an email address. People are willing to give you an email address if you give them something in exchange for it. So let's say you give away a $60 rebate or an $80 rebate in exchange for an email address. That allows for you to put them into a series of email messages that continues to message to them, gives them super great value. They're looking forward to being able to open the message. Maybe there's some safety tips in there. And then periodically, when new products or services come online, or periodically when the manufacturer is blowing things out, we can get that message out to the right people because they signed up for the right thing. See, if someone signs up for an $80 rebate on ATV vehicle tires, we know that they're interested in ATVs. Why would we send them the minivan advertising? And vice versa, if we have a blowout sale on the economy tires, why would we send somebody the high-speed Z-rated speed tires, right? So the same kind of thing has to happen behind the scenes. It's sort of this holistic approach. But if we start with a website where everybody is landing and we're driving traffic, that's really where the magic happens. All right, so that is sort of in a nutshell what I would do if this was my site. I would declutter it. I would only put the contrast where it belongs. I would find a way to capture some email addresses for the specific customer I'm after. Being able to segment those into lists, super simple. Now that we have the technology, it doesn't take rocket science to do all of that. And then simple navigation. We have some navigation up here, but that navigation, if we click on it, you can actually see it gets to be really complicated really fast. And I'm not sure that that's what we want to be asking everyone to try to get through. So it's just an awful lot of information, and people, generally speaking, aren't willing to spend the time and energy to get all the way through your website. They want an answer and they want it fast, and it could be as simple as making a phone call. And yes, there is a call to action. You can't see that right now because we're protecting their identity, but there is a call to action to call, but it's really small. It's in this particular area, and really difficult to ascertain why I would call them. What's important? Am I making an appointment? Am I figuring out how to size tires? Am I just checking for their hours? But that's kind of next to it too. So lots of going on here. I would tone it way down, and then I would test the heck out of it. Start messing with different colors, different headlines, and it doesn't have to cost you an awful lot. I can tell you that in in just this last couple of weeks, I drove 30,000 clicks to my website in a test, and it cost me less than $40. So there can be an awful lot of testing done very, very quickly, and you just have to have the right team associated to it and understand what these design elements are, understand the marketing message, and being able to tap into the fear, the pain, and agony that shoppers for tires are already having a difficult time with, and one of them is overwhelm. I've got to tell you, it's hard to decide on a tire when there's so many cotton picking options, and then I get to a website that overwhelms me more. It just makes me be very, very anxious inside, and there doesn't seem to be a simple solution to that anxiety. All right, so I hope that helps, and I look forward to seeing you on the other side. Again, my name is Bradley Waldrop with Chrysalis Consulting. Take care.